I'm Dave Jickster. The Bills hang tough and scored the winning notes in Music City, and we're going to break it all down.
And I'm Brad Gelber, and we are here in the Digital Zone taking your social media questions. We are In the Zone.
In the Zone with Robert Woods on WBBZ-TV is presented by Transitown Automotive Group, serving Western New York for over 40 years. Trust Transitown. Creekside Sales and Service Outdoor Equipment Store, your factory authorized Cub Cadet and Mahindra dealer. Dewville College, educating for life. And now from the WBBZ studio, here's co-host Dave Jickster.
Hey, good evening. Well, the Bills had a big win yesterday. I mean big win. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the host of In the Zone, Mr. Robert Woods.
How you doing? Thank you. Thanks for coming out once again.
It was a big win, but it wasn't a pretty win, now was it?
Right, no, it was one of those down pretty much the whole game, trailing 10-0. Just a fight, just battle to the end. Just need a great leader like Tyrod to seal it off for us. And, good win on the road, and happy to be back home this week.
Tyrod was 10 for 17 for just 109 yards, but the big story was his rushing yards. He had 76 yards rushing and one big touchdown. Talk about his integrity and his leadership, because off the air we were talking about it, and he's quite the young man. Right,
and I was reading an article, just how Tyrod is, that cool kid, and he's exactly that, coming in crunch time, he's not, yelling to hype guys up, screaming to hype guys up. He's still that cool kid, being the leader to the team, and still, demanding that attention and drive from everybody on the team. And, he did a lot on the ground this week, making plays, finding guys, setting up his blocks, but most of all, getting that last touchdown for the win.
He's calm, cool, and collective, too. I mean, he just...
Yeah, you need the 3 C's to be Tyrod.
Yeah. All right, earlier today, you were at a Sabres game, and you have a friend with you.
Yes, went to the Sabres game with an Aaron, but I don't know what he's riding in on now. He's riding in. Let's give it up for Aaron. Oh, thanks for the block, Aaron.
Oh, that's great. All right. He actually rented that thing to ride around the mall.
Oh, man, he's riding fast. He's riding dirty on that thing.
Hey, let's talk real quick. Sammy Watkins, LaShawn, Carlos, what kind of shape are those guys in? Because you have a big game against the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals this coming week, and we're going to need some running backs and another receiver. What kind of shape are those guys in?
Yeah, it's a big week for us coming in to play Cincinnati this week, who's undefeated, playing them at home. It's a good thing. We're getting a lot of our guys back. A lot of guys are coming around, getting healthy. Sammy was out, warming up last week, looking fast. So, hopefully he comes back next week. We need all our guys to get this win, a tough win. We had a big win this past week, but just trying to get a winning streak going, and the best place to do it, at home in Buffalo.
And
yeah, let's go.
Speaking of home in Buffalo, you guys have not won yet at home. Excuse me, you beat Indianapolis. But does the crowd at home, does it throw you guys off a little bit? Does it get you too pumped up for the game, you think?
No, I don't think, definitely not. We love the crowd, especially what they do to our opponents when they're on the field. A lot of forced timeouts by our fans, always loud. But just, the energy when we're out there scoring, getting first downs, all that is just encouraging. And, we love to hear the song, let's go Buffalo. We love that, hear the chant, and, we encourage it.
Hey, Robert, let's talk about your block on Tyrod's touchdown run. You took not just one.
Yeah, I got two.
Two guys out. Tell us about that play.
Design quarterback draw, fake the screen pass, have the O-line, kind of open it up, great blocks by all 5 guys, even our running back on the play. But, he ran straight, straight down the middle. Probably picked up about 7 to 10 yards straight. He decided to bounce outside, and pick up the touchdown. Me sitting outside, I'm just watching him run, hoping he cuts my way, and he makes that cut. I see Chris Hogan on the block, and I just tried to steal it off for him. Hit one guy, and had Janoris Searcy still working for us and knocked the guy over.
It was great.
Yeah, big play. You know, we needed that play. You know, put us up, and you know, perfect guy to do it. You know, Tyrod. You know, that cool walk. You know, and love to see that cool walk after a touchdown.
Chris Hogan also had a big game yesterday. Let's talk about his game.
Yeah, you know, Chris Hogan. You know, perfect matchup. You know, guys. A lot of guys, you know, sleep on Chris, but he's a big player. You know, shows him speed. You know, he ran away from that guy on that play, and you know, made the big play, set up the touchdown drive. You know, I made sure I told Chris at the end of that drive, you know, that was all you. You know, bailed us out and, you know, end up stealing up with a touchdown.
Penalties, you went from 17 the week before to 7. That's good news. And
Yes,
Rex
sir.
had
Yes,
some wristbands printed up. Yes, sir. How did that work out on the field?
You know, a lot of guys, you know, took heed to it. You know, we're out there on the field, you know, in a jokingly manner, you know, referees are saying stuff to us, and you know, guys are, you know, yes sir, and it, you know, you hear echoes throughout the team, and you know, we wearing those bands, you know, the yes sir bands, you know, they're definitely working, keeping guys focused. You know, it did work. You limit the penalties.
We have a special guest this week too. Charles Clay will be joining us in just a little bit. Charles Clay, formerly a Miami Dolphin, had a huge game against the Dolphins this year and is playing very well and is one of Tyrod Taylor's favorite targets. So we'll bring in Charles Clay here in just a little bit. Next, we are going to take a trip to the Dunn Tire Digital Zone with Brad Gelber. We will be right back. Welcome back to In the Zone. I'm Dave Jickster with my host Robert Woods. And who do you have with you there, Robert?
We got one of the best tight ends in the game. Glad to have him on our team. Big playmaker. Let's give it up for Charles Clay, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
Charles, you have become Tyrod Taylor's favorite target. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we put in a lot of work this offseason. He's a guy, he works tremendously hard. I tell him all the time, anything I can do to make his job any easier, I'm all for it. So, I mean, he's handled a lot of pressure early on, and he's handled it in a good way. So I'm excited for him the rest of the year.
Against Miami, you had a huge game. He was throwing the ball to you almost every single time. Was that something that you wanted to do against your former teammates, is have a big game? And did you talk to Tyrod, or did the coaching staff work you into that game plan?
I believe the coaching staff did a good job of designing plays to get me involved early. Obviously, it's a hard job for Tyrod to, you know, throw the ball in some of the tight windows that he did, but all I was trying to do was go out and just make a play for my team, and we came out on top, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I was really excited, you know, for Charles to play that game, just to go back to Miami and just to see the plays that he was making. Because not only he wasn't only catching the ball, you know, he was making his old teammates miss, you know, in a nice fashion, and you know, just a great start. You know, that's how you do it. You know, you lose a good player. You know, we picked up a great player and a great weapon for this offense and this team.
Charles, Robert was kind of chuckling off the air about your transition from sunny, beautiful Miami to Buffalo. How is that going for you so far?
It's been going good. I mean, the winter hasn't hit, so obviously it's been real good. I'm enjoying it while I can, man. And I moved to an area where I didn't realize that we got all the snow. People didn't bother to tell me that until after I moved in. So
You definitely have to get one of those soon.
yeah.
Definitely going to need one of those snow blowers, but the whole thing about that is Robert doesn't know how to use one yet. So we're going to have to work on that. We're going to take a trip to the Dunn Tire Digital Zone, brought to you by Dunn Tire, the official tire dealer of the Buffalo Bills. I'll send things over to my pal Brad Gelber. Brad, take it away.
Thanks, Dave. And make sure to check us out on Twitter at WBBZ and on Facebook at facebook.com/WBBZ-TV. All right, let's get right into it on Twitter. Our first question is from Mug, and he wants to know, you guys can both answer this, how does the team help new players like Boom Heron assimilate midway through the season?
I think you know, players like that, just welcome to the team. You know, it's all new teammates from him coming in initially. First off, just try to be the guy's friend. You know, introduce yourself, welcome to this team, and you know, just tell them make the plays that they're capable of making. You know, that Boom is a great running back, and just need him to do the same thing he was doing here and just put up some yards.
I will say the team does a tremendous job of welcoming new players. I remember myself when I first came in, they did such a great job of making me feel like I've been playing here my entire career, and you know, they don't treat anyone else any different. So it's a great group.
Great. Must help when you're coming from a new city to get some warm welcome from the team. Our next question is from Zane, and he wants to know, for both you guys, is there a pregame ritual you do before every game for good luck? And what's the weirdest one you've ever seen?
First off, you know, always run to the opposite side of the end zone, say a prayer, you know, bless, you know, my teammates, our opponents. Just this physical game, you just make sure everybody makes it out safely. But other than that, probably the craziest one I've seen, don't really know. I mean, probably in a movie, you know, a guy headbutting into the locker, but none of that in our locker room.
I know for me, myself, I like to, when I get to the stadium, I like to walk around the field for a little while, kind of get used to the field. But I know I'm weird in a way. If I have a good game the week before, like whatever I did that week, I'll do the exact same thing the next week. So if I ate like an actual hamburger this week, I'm gonna eat a hamburger the next week as well. But I'm weird in those kind of ways.
There are a lot of fans like that too that are superstitious, and then, you know, they'll do exactly the same routine, just like you guys. So
yeah, it's a good. If it
works, don't break it.
Well, whatever works, let's keep it up, guys. Barb wants to know from Facebook, I guess this would apply a little more to Sammy, but you guys can answer it too. With guys with long hair nowadays, is it actually a penalty to grab onto their hair, or is it just not, is it common courtesy not to?
it's part of the uniform, right?
It's part of you.
I don't know what that deal is. I can't grow hair for whatever reason.
I think it's part of the uniform. I think you can grab it, and there's no common courtesy in football, right?
I think
You be wearing it out.
No, if they can grab it, it's your fair game.
Fair
pretty
game.
much.
All right, well, our next question is from Tommy on Twitter, and he wants to know, could you guys actually hear the Let's Go Buffalo chants in Tennessee? I think, Robert, you touched on that a little bit before.
Yeah, definitely love hearing it. You know, I think, you know, all our away games right now, the crowd at the end of the games have been filled with Buffalo fans, and it's just a great way to exit the field, especially this past game, just how it was so much of a battle, and just to finish out with a win and run to our tunnel and see all the Buffalo fans there who stuck it out with us trailing. You know, what do you think, Charles?
I feel like I hear it just about everywhere we go. You know, I hear it so much at home games. I feel like I'm sitting at red lights and I hear the chant everywhere. So I feel like just about everywhere I go, I hear that chant. So
That's why Bills fans are the best, though, right?
Bills fans are the best.
Exactly.
Let's go, Bills fans.
Thanks, Dave, and back to you.
Thanks to Dunn Tire Digital Zone, brought to you by Dunn Tire, the official tire dealer of the Buffalo Bills. We are going to take a short break, and then we are going to go out to the fan zone.
Connect in the Fan Zone, brought to you by Sports Obsession and the Galleria Mall.
Welcome back to In the Zone. We are going to go to the Fan Zone where Brad Gelber and Robert Wood are right now.
Thanks, Dave. And for all of our great questions, one of the lucky studio audience members will win a $25 gift certificate to the Buffalo Roadhouse Grill. Sorry about that. So that's a great prize, and we're going to throw things over to Robert, who's with our first guest now.
How you doing? Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Diana from Tonawanda.
And what's your question?
For Charles, you had really great chemistry with Tannehill, and him and Tyrod have a lot of similar traits. They have really mobile, get around the field. Your chemistry with Tyrod so far has been phenomenal. So what's it like? What's the difference? What's the same? And how do you feel right now with Tyrod?
I mean, right now I feel really good with Tyrod. Like I was saying earlier, I mean, with all the work we put in the offseason together, I feel like we're starting to gel. We talk a lot about you know, where he wants me on particular routes. They're similar in a lot of ways, being that, you know, I was playing with Tannehill when he was still young, so I can see the growing process that Tyrod starts to make as he gets comfortable. So they're very similar in a lot of ways, but I'm definitely excited about the future.
That's a great question. Name and where are you from?
I'm Mark. I'm from Cheektowaga.
Okay, welcome, Mark. Your question?
I was just wondering if after last week Rex addressed the 4 personal foul penalties and what he had to say about them.
Yeah, he definitely did. Penalties are definitely, in our focus right now, trying to limit them, especially ones after the whistle. Doing a lot better, and whenever we have fewer penalties, we always win games. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Name and where you're from?
Robin Brooks from Rochester, New York.
Welcome. Your question?
Why is the offense the last couple of games having a hard time getting started?
Let's give it to Charles.
It's a credit to, we played a couple tough defenses with some really good fronts. They made it very tough to run the football, and obviously, in this system, we want to run the football. They made it very tough on us early, but definitely, it's something that we have to go back to the drawing board and kind of get some things corrected, but it's still early in the season, still a lot of football to go. Like I said, I'm excited about the improvement. We got a lot of guys that work hard, so there's no doubt in my mind that it'll get corrected.
Your question? What's your name? Where are you from?
Matt from East Amherst.
Welcome, Matt. What's your question?
Aside from football growing up as a kid, what other career did you ever think about doing?
For me, I like to draw, and then going to USC, I got interested into real estate design, little architect work. So that was just a little hobby of mine. Hopefully, dream is to design my own house. After put my degree to use, but just try to go in that field after football. How about you, Charles? What do you think?
For the most, I'm interested in animals. So from day one, I have 2 dogs myself, but from day one, I always wanted to open my own animal clinic. I've done some things, going shadowing some places, talking to some people and things like that, but definitely into the future, I kind of want to get into that animal adoption business.
Great, and thank you for all the great questions. Robert was a natural, so back to you, Dave.
All right, Brad Gilbert, Robert Woods, nice job out there. We are going to do the Hotshot Challenge coming your way next. We're going to see if these guys can throw a football. They can catch one.
The Hotshot Challenge Zone is brought to you by Gelber and O'Connell, your car accident and injury law firm. Call 633-5050.
Welcome back to In the Zone. We are going to do the Hotshot Challenge here. We have Team Robert Woods. Who's your teammate there?
We have Alex from Williamsville.
Wave to the camera, Alex.
Coming and show off his arm today.
Okay, and Charles Clay, Team Charles Clay over here. Who do you have?
I have my guy Eric from Amherst here.
All right, Eric, you up to this?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're playing for a beautiful candy basket from Sweetworks Candy, and also we have Dave & Buster's gift certificates. So Team Woods, go right up there. Go ahead, Alex. Let's see what you have. Good arm, good arm. Good arm. All right, closer. Close. You know what? Let him have one more shot here. He's getting closer. How old are you, Alex? All right. Here we go. Team Clay. Go ahead there, Eric. Good luck to you. Whoa! There's a point. Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead and throw that. Team Clay up 1-0. Up 2-0. You can't teach that. There we go. All right, Robert, here we go. There we go, 2-1 and 2-2, all tied up. They're gonna keep playing for that candy basket from Sweetworks. Thank you very much for that. And also Dave & Buster's gift certificates. When we come back, we are gonna break down what the Bills need to do for the Cincinnati Bengals. Big game next week. We'll be right back.
Get in the zone this winter with a snowblower from Creekside Sales and Service. Enter to win one now. Go to WBBZ.TV and click on the Creekside logo. One entry per person per family. Creekside Sales and Service is your factory authorized Cub Cadet and Mahindra dealer. South Transit Road, Lockport.
Yeah, welcome back. Last week we gave away a snowblower from Creekside Sales and Service, and the good news is we have 2 more to give away, so WBBZ.TV is where you go to enter that. Pat Gorney won it, and she was thrilled, as you can see by the video on your screen. We have a huge game to be played at Ralph Wilson Stadium on Sunday. Robert, I'll ask you first, what do we have to do to beat the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals?
One word, win.
Anything else, Ross?
That's about it. It's the only objective.
Win, win. Go Bills, right, everybody? We'll see you next Monday, hopefully talking about another Buffalo Bills victory. Have a great night. On behalf of Brad Galbert, Robert Woods, Charles Clay, Dave Jickster, thank you so much for watching.